Hypothesis has added an interesting new feature, and I thought I'd create a short video both to discuss this feature and also the reason they decided to make this addition. One of the issues that came up with Hypothesis was the objection of some authors, web authors, to the notion that others could, I guess you would say, layer comments on their work without the permission of authors. And in making their argument, one of the things they noted was that if they would have wanted commenting, the system they were using would have allowed them to open up comments, and they hadn't decided to do that because they didn't want to mess around, I guess, with watching the comments that were produced and perhaps dealing with negative comments or inappropriate comments. Now, what Hypothesis has added doesn't deal specifically with the concerns of authors, and in fact, it doesn't have anything to do necessarily with the original authors of web material, but it does address this issue of comments at least within a group, or I would translate that for my listeners as class environment. And what it's added is a mechanism that allows those who participate in a group, you can imagine that as students perhaps, and giving them a way to flag or report material they thought was inappropriate. So if you look at the screen here, you can see what's been added, I guess, is this flag, which is available then to members of an Hypothesis group. And what you can do to alert the host for the group that you have a concern is essentially to just click this flag. And what it should do now is turn red. Now what that's going to do, and I'm stalling just a few seconds here to let it happen, is to have, I'll see if it does it within a reasonable period of time, is to have Hypothesis send the host an email indicating that a comment has been flagged. And I'm just going to quick look now at my Gmail account and see if anything has arrived. Not yet. Well, it sometimes takes some time, and maybe it's not going to be appropriate to spend the time here to let that happen. So what happens is I get an email as the host that says a comment has been questioned. It gives me a link, and I click the link, and I then see the comment itself. And if I think necessary, of course, I can delete the comment. It doesn't work instantaneously, and I was hoping if I paused a few seconds that maybe it would happen. I'll check one more time. There it is. Just happened to show up. All right, so I click here, and you can see now I'm getting this notice. If I click here, I should now, let me take a second, see the comment. And this allows me, it will allow me now to make a decision. And so here I have the notice that something has been flagged for review. So this is now built in to Hypothesis, this system of alerting the group sponsor when something has been tagged, and it's there only within groups. So if you happen to use Hypothesis or interested in using it, if you look at it, you won't necessarily see this in the public or private options. It only shows up when you're in the group option. And as I said, it doesn't really address the issue for authors, but it is an opportunity. It does provide an opportunity for the identification of inappropriate remarks that can be brought to the attention of the group sponsor, and that individual then can take appropriate action. So this is a nice change, and certainly worth considering if you make use of this service.